Well, the spookiest day of the year is done. Do you know what that means? Oh yeah, that means it's November 1st and it's time for No Stirrups November! Hello my crafty and equestrian friends, it's me Lisa from Lisa Goodwin DIY. And because it's November 1st, this is the kickoff for No Stirrups November. Now, if you don't know what No Stirrups November is, don't worry, I'll tell you briefly. No Stirrups November is a month where equestrian, riders dedicate a little bit of each of their ride to riding without stirrups. And the intent of this is to help make your legs a little bit stronger, your posture a little bit better in the saddle, and just have a goal, just have something fun to do. Now, in years past, I've actually participated in No Stirrup November challenges, and last year I actually had my own challenge. But this year I decided to do something a little bit different and basically focus on myself and my riding with my horse. Now, that being said, I have always thought, how cool would it be to have a t-shirt that says No Stirrups November? And I really wanted one that said No Stirrups November on the arm. But I tried to find some shirts like this and I haven't ever been able to find them. The closest I've ever come to it is Asmar Equestrian. They have their shirts and it says Asmar Equestrian down the arm. Well, I wanted something like that, but I wanted it to say No Stirrups November. And then I remembered, I have a Cricut machine, so why not try and make one myself? Well, that's what I did, and that's what I'm going to share with you right now.
All right, so the first thing I did was get into Cricut Design Space and create a template or a SVG file. I think actually I made it as a PNG file. So I just went through Google and tried to find a stirrup and then played around in Design Space trying to come up with a really cool looking No Stirrups November, like I guess logo or something like that I can use for my iron-on transfers. And the one that I'm showing you right now, this was my first attempt at it. And I did alter the design a little bit for the end product. And then I just used Design Space again with my Cricut Maker and some foil iron-on vinyl and created the iron-on. Now, this was my first time ever working with the iron-on vinyl and even creating an iron-on transfer that I can put onto something. And let me tell you, the process was actually really easy. I think the most challenging part at first was taking off that iron-on material and making sure that I didn't do anything that would hurt the transfer itself. And after I did it a few times, I felt a lot more confident in my ability to create something like this. And I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, so I had a t-shirt, and using the Cricut Easy Press 2, I just got the t-shirt ready for the transfer. Now, like I said, this was my first time ever doing something like this, so I was moving the Easy Press around, and you really don't have to do that. So you just follow the instructions that are on the Cricut website, and you can create something like this. So I took my t-shirt and my first ever iron-on transfer and I transferred the iron-on onto the shirt. Now, Cricut's website makes it really easy if you're not sure how long to leave the Easy Press on. It just depends on what vinyl you're using and what material that you're using for the iron-on. So basically, I think this one was 30 seconds on the front and then 15 seconds on the back. And once it was fully cooled down, then it was okay for me to remove the backing from the iron-on. Now, as you can see, I'm a little bit nervous because when I was pulling off that backing, it looked like the vinyl was going to come off too, but it didn't. It stayed in place and it actually turned out really, really good. Better than I was thinking it would. Not too bad for my first ever iron-on project. And I was so excited, then I had to do a couple more iron-ons. So I printed out the words No Stirrups November and I ironed it on a sleeve of a shirt. Very shiny. And then I also used the No Stirrups November logo that I created and I put it on the front of the shirt. Again, super easy. And of course I had to customize a saddle pad, and yes, the iron-on transfer did work on the saddle pad as well. I did have one little oopsie right there with the N for the November, but I was just really careful and removed the backing of the, I guess it's transfer tape, and then using a piece of parchment paper, I put the parchment paper over my iron-on, and then I just secured it again a little bit extra with the Easy Press. And look at how sporty Pleasant and I look in our matchy No Stirrups November saddle pad and shirt. A super fun project that's really easy to do with your Cricut Maker.
Now, how fun was that? It was pretty easy too. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So I have my No Stirrups November on my arm, which I always wanted. And I thought it would be kind of cool to add a No Stirrups November onto the shirt itself. And I couldn't just stop there. Oh no. I had gotten this saddle pad from Dover Saddlery. I think back when they were having a sale, if you bought anything, you got a free saddle pad. Well, now I'm matchy with my No Stirrups November saddle pad on both sides and my shirt. And honestly, this was such an easy project. I was a little intimidated by it because I had never used my Cricut Maker before for iron-ons or iron-on transfers. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Not bad for my first project ever. I got some bling on me and I'm just so excited about this. And I really wanted to share this with you. And one more thing that I wanted to share. If you like my No Stirrups November logo that I made, or even the one down my arm, I actually have created a digital file for you. And if you have a subscription to the Cricut website, you can actually find this image, and I'll leave a link in the description box below in case you want to make your very own No Stirrups November shirt, saddle pad, or whatever. So go ahead and click the link in the description box below, and I have the link to the file. So you can cut something out, you can use vinyl, you could do an iron-on, whatever you want. But that was just one way that I could give something back to all of my equestrian viewers, especially if you are going to be trying to do No Stirrups November starting today. Or if you have an equestrian in your life and you'd like to make them a t-shirt for No Stirrups November, go get the file and make one. It is a lot of fun. I'm so excited to learn about these extra features that Cricut Maker has that I didn't really think I could do. And it's so easy to do. So if you don't have a Cricut machine, I highly encourage you to ask for one for Christmas or get one when they're on sale. I'm willing to bet they're going to have a pretty good sale on Black Friday. So Get yourself a Cricut Maker and start crafting, because the possibilities are endless of what you can make with this machine. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like doing crafts, make sure you subscribe and come back on Thursday, because we're going to be doing some Christmas crafts with reindeer.